We are here for the Armed Forces Bowl against the Washington State Cougars. They finished the season 6-6 and lost their only Pac-12 matchup versus Oregon State. This is a team that lost a lot of games that they probably should have won. There was only one game that they lost by more than one score, and that was to Kennesaw State. They lost a heartbreaker to SMU, a heartbreaker to Oregon State, but they are led by a quarterback who is probably going to be one of the best in the Pac-12 next season in John Mateer. He's a very dynamic player, not somebody who has a ton of speed or mobility, but he can get out of the pocket from time to time. His number one wide receiver is 80 overall Carlos Hernandez. Not the best route runner in the world, but he has electric quickness and athleticism, and that's what you really have to watch out for when it comes to Carlos Hernandez. Two players with each 4 interceptions on the season. And when you look at this Washington State offense, they are one of the best in the country. But when you look at their defense, it is one of the worst in the country, allowing 308 points on the season. Robert Briggs is 145 yards away from 1,000 rushing yards on the season, and Shelton Sampson is a little over 150 away from 1,000. Jack Castera, 190 yards away from 1,000 on the season. So we'll see if we can get anybody to break past that 1,000-yard milestone in today's bowl game. I'm excited for this one. We're wearing our home blue jerseys. Washington State wearing their home red jerseys. We're in Fort Worth, Texas at TCU Stadium, which I gotta say, this is one of my favorite stadiums probably in college football. It has a cool vibe to it, a cool feel to it. I'm excited to get this one underway as we are set to get the football first, as we are underway for the Armed Forces Bowl. Robert Freeman on the return from his own 5-yard line. Freeman takes it to the middle and he's taken down at the 19-yard line, and we will bring out quarterback Joshua Wood and this Utah State offense. We pass the ball 62% of the time. I would like for that number to be more so 50% next season as we give it to Robert Briggs on first down and he picks up nothing. We're going to play fake to Briggs this time. Joshua Wood getting out of the pocket. He'll find Tua Tagovailoa, who picks up 7 yards, and it's a third and manageable on our opening possession. Briggs to the left of Wood, and he's taken down for a loss. It's a huge play for this Washington State defense as we are set to punt this one away, and it was nearly blocked. They just got to Ryan Marks, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Utah State offense. You know, when you play aggressive, you try to get after the punter, you do risk stuff like that happening. Briggs to the left of Wood as Wood will break a tackle. Wood's getting out of the pocket. He's going to throw this one deep. He's got a man open. It's Sampson, and he throws it out of bounds. He had Shelton Sampson open. He just threw it a little bit, farther than he needed to. As Briggs picks up 3 yards, that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Joshua Wood in the pocket. He's got time to throw. Throws this one to Sampson, and it is incomplete. Nearly intercepted on the tip, and that will bring up a 4th down. This time, Washington State doesn't come after the punter, Ryan Marks, as they'll field this one at the 22, and he's taken down at the 27, and that is where John Mateer and this Washington State offense will come out. This is a team that's going to pass the football a whole lot in today's game. 1st down and 10, Mateer's got all the time in the world. This time is slowly running out, and he's going to throw this one away, as that's a good opening play by this Utah State defense. They go with the draw on 2nd down and 10, and that's an excellent play by Dominique Ratcliffe. That'll bring up 3rd down and long for this Washington State offense. Mateer in the pocket, throws across the middle, and he's got his guy. That is Shackelford on the reception as they are to midfield. 1st down and 10, Mateer with the running back to his right. Play fake to him. Mateer in the pocket. He's got time to throw yet again. This offensive line holding up strong in this opening possession. He's got a man open. It's Shackelford again. Inside the 20-yard line. John Mateer with 53 passing yards. Mateer, play fake again. They're not even going to run the football. Here's the throw to the tight end. He's got space. The tight end wrestled down at the 1-yard line. 1st down and goal for the Washington State offense. They give it to the running back this time as he is taken down by Tatum Tuioti. That will bring up 2nd down and goal. Mateer, the keeper. Touchdown, John Mateer, and Washington State has a 7-0 lead in the Armed Forces Bowl. That drive looked easy for the Cougars offense. As Utah State, they were given opportunities on their first possession and were still unable to move the football. How do they handle this drive right here? 2nd down and 10. Pass falls incomplete. Shelton Sampson cannot hang on as Wood starts 1 for 4. 3rd down and 10. Wood will find Tia, but it's 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and we are going to punt again. No, it's a fake. Thomas Yates to the right. Thomas Yates with a cut, and he gets the first down. What a play by Thomas Yates. A ballsy call by Jalen Clark, and Thomas Yates made sure that he didn't pay for that one. Johnny Santee up the middle, and he picks up 9 yards on his first carry of the ball game. He stays in there, 2nd down and 1, up the middle, and Santee will pick up the first down. But there is a trend on this offensive line in the blocking. When Johnny Santee gets the football, they're sabotaging his runs by holding. Here's Robert Briggs on 2nd and 8. Nice juke move. He picks up 6 yards, and that is a 3rd and manageable upcoming. Briggs in the backfield. Here is Briggs on the keeper. Briggs up the middle, and he's taken down at the 39-yard line. A huge run for Robert Briggs. As we're under a minute to go in the first quarter, here's a give to Robert Briggs again, and he's going to pick up nothing, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10. Joshua Wood has struggled today. He throws this one across the middle. He's got Sampson, and they move the chains to the 28-yard line. The first reception of the game for Shelton Sampson, and now we have movement along the defensive line, and that is going to be an offsides. That will take off 5 yards to go for a first down. Here's Robert Briggs on 1st and 5, and he'll pick up the first down to the 16-yard line. So moving the chains by running the ball effectively. We'd love to be able to, take advantage of that fake punt. Here's Wood on the move, and he can't get it to Sampson. He was open if he was able to do it. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Joshua Wood pressures in his face, and he's taken down. It's a quarter-ending sack for this Washington State defense, and we'll have it 3rd and 15. This pass is broken up, 4th down upcoming. He had Pierre Lambeau for a second. Mooney's kick is going to be wide left, and it's going to result in 0 points. Washington State takes over at the 21-yard line. Running back to the right of Mateer. There's the bubble screen, and this will be a solid pickup of 9 on first down, 2nd and 1 upcoming. Mateer, play fake again. He throws across the middle again, and it's Shackelford again. Whatever this Utah State defense is doing, it's not working. The play fake and then the deep dig has worked time and time again. They go with the out route this time, and that's a good play by Andre Selden Jr. 3rd down and 9 for Mateer. He throws the out route again. It's Shackelford again. Move the chains as Washington State continues to go to Trey Shackelford, and it has resulted in first downs pretty much the entire game. Here's a little 4-yard completion for John Mateer. We know that this is an electric passing game for Washington State. Here's the give to the running back, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard. 3rd down and 5. They've been able to convert a lot of 3rd downs here in the first half. They go with the draw this time, and that is not going to work. 4th down upcoming, and Washington State will send out the field goal kicker. Here is the 30-yarder, and it's good. Washington State takes a 10-0 lead. That was more so like a 36-yarder. It is what it is. It's a 10-0 game. Here's Shelton Sampson on the jet sweep. He's got speed, but this Washington State defense is flying around to the football. Only a pickup of 4. As here's the 2nd down and 6. We go back to Shelton Sampson on the end around. He's trying to create space. Shelton Sampson is taken down for a huge loss of 6. 3rd down and 12 upcoming. We get movement on the defensive line again. Joshua Wood throwing this one deep to Otto Tia, and the pass falls incomplete. But we will move up 5 yards to make it 3rd down and 7. That's Tua Tagovailoa in motion. Here's Joshua Wood, pressure in his face again, and he goes down. It's another sack for this Washington State defense as they will take over yet again as Ryan Marks is set to punt it, having trouble with the snap, and it's going to be a play for the Washington State special teams. It was not a blocked kick. Ryan Marks just never got it off. Here's a give to the running back on 1st down. He picks up 3 yards as we're midway through the 2nd quarter. Mateer in the pocket. We've not really been able to establish pressure, and that's an excellent play by Devon Graham. Really feel like we haven't called his name a whole lot in the second half of this season. 3rd and 7, Mateer to the end zone. Touchdown, it's Trey Shackelford. Trey Shackelford with his 5th or 6th reception in the half, and this guy continues to get open. Washington State extends their lead to 17-0. This passing attack for the Cougars is just unstoppable right now. And right now, Jeremiah Hughes out there on the end is having a lot of trouble with Trey Shackelford. Here's Johnny Santee on 1st and 10. He makes a cut, and he'll pick up 13 or 14 yards on 1st down as he has 2 carries for 22 yards. Here's Santee again, bouncing off of tacklers. He picks up 9 more. Johnny Santee, I'm not going to keep, beating a dead horse, but this guy runs hard. Here's Santee again as he gets the edge, and Santee's taken down at the 48. But like I said, there's a trend among this offensive line. They cannot stop holding whenever Johnny Santee gets a big play. 2nd and 11. This one's intercepted. Washington State is set up in perfect field position at the 2-minute warning. When we look at the replay right here, Jack Castera has to come down with this. It looked like for a second he did have it, but it was just taken away by the linebacker, and Washington State will take over. 2nd down and 7 at the 28-yard line. Nesmith gets to Mateer. It's the first sack of the game for the Utah State defense, and we have him backed up 3rd and long. Mateer in the pocket. He's got time. John Mateer throws this one. Shackelford again. This Washington State offense is on fire. And that one right there is more of just John Mateer's offensive line, this Washington State offensive line, giving him more than enough time to find the open man. He had way too much time in the pocket right there, and Trey Shackelford was just able to get open. Here's Shelton Sampson on 2nd and 6, and we're going to get 7 back. Shelton Sampson is in for a touchdown. It's a 63-yard touchdown, and we needed that one desperately. Down 24-0 here in the first half. Who do you go to? You go to your best player, Shelton Sampson, trying to go for 2 to make this a 2-possession game. Briggs to the outside on the pitch, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. It's 24-8 with under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Make that a minute to go. 3rd down and 4, and this is going to be a 1st down conversion. Carlos Hernandez, first time I've called his name in today's game. 1st and 10 from Mateer. Here comes Miguel, and it's a huge sack for the Utah State defense. Enoka Miguel picks up the sack. And with 38 seconds to go in the first half, what does Washington State choose to do? That's an excellent pass and an excellent catch for the Washington State offense. 31 seconds to go in the first half. Mateer in the pocket. Throws this one deep. He's got Hernandez. It's a huge completion. John Mateer has the Washington State offense set up at the 5-yard line. This one is caught, and Washington State caps off a perfect first half of football. Nearly 300 yards passing in the first half for Washington State. 31 points put up on the board. And this is the worst that our defense has looked the entire season. We've had our moments where we've allowed offenses to make big plays, but throughout the season, we had a pretty decent defense overall. This is the worst it's looked by far. As Washington State has the football to begin the second half, and he's got his man. Can anybody catch him? There's 4 defenders. It's a foot race. Touchdown Washington State on the first play of the second half. You've got to be kidding me. When, you need to make a play, it's a 24-point game. You still have a chance out there, and this is what happens. You've got to be kidding me. Wright burnt the defense. It was an RPO, and he just burnt his man. I think he was matched up on Andre Selden, and now it's a 30-point game. What do you do from here if you're Utah State? You have to try and figure something out because you're ruining your moment here in the bowl game. Here's Robert Briggs on 1st and 10 as we're going to dump it off to him, and he picks up the 1st down. From here on out, for the rest of the game, you may not see that many highlights. And there's an interception for Washington State. You have got to be kidding me. Joshua Wood is playing his worst football of the season. It was 4 turnovers a week ago as he throws another interception in this game. During a season that you didn't really turn the ball over that much, you've now turned the ball over way too much. Malachi Rice with the interception. Something's got to give because this defense has not been able to stop Washington State. Our offense has not been able to move the football as Washington State pounds it in for another touchdown. That's Payne on the rushing touchdown. It is 45-8. I've seen a lot of crazy comebacks, but I just don't think we're going to see one here. Washington State with the football again. Here's John Mateer, 2nd down and 4, as he finds Hernandez to the 21, and the ball's on the ground. And we do recover it. That's J.D. Drew falling on it with a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. As Joshua Wood has it now. 4:20 to go in the game. Fake to Briggs. He loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Washington State defense. Is there anybody on the field that can catch him? 20, 15, 10. Here comes Briggs, but it's not going to matter. It is 52-8. It's a penalty on Bryce Radford, so it's not going to matter, as this has been a thorough, dominating performance for the Washington State Cougars. And I know that Utah State will have this game circled on their calendar going into next season when they face off as Pac-12 opponents, because this was ugly. Jeremiah Tobias in the game now. He throws that one to Daryl DeBose, who will probably compete for the fullback position next season. As here is Jack Castera for a touchdown, but it's not going to matter because this game is way out of reach. But at least we're trying to make it a little respectable here with 2:44 to go. As Jeremiah Tobias is going to keep the quarterback draw. Nice cut by Tobias, and he's in. 52-16 the score. You know, maybe a little bit of momentum going into next season. If Jeremiah Tobias beats out Joshua Wood, you know, maybe Tobias can use this as momentum moving forward. Is this a perfect pass to Robert Briggs? That's another touchdown for Utah State as they were able to get the football back. But this game is going to result in a blowout. 52-22. I have hopes that it's going to get better from here, but the fact that we were unable to stop this Washington State passing attack had me worried for the future. John Mateer, over 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Our offense was weak. Our defense didn't really establish the pass rush that we needed, but our secondary really struggled against these receivers for Washington State. Trey Shackelford is the one more in particular that we really struggled with. We had no chance. Sorry for the hiccup. We had no chance at stopping Trey Shackelford. He's an excellent receiver. Mateer with 4 touchdowns, 81% completion percentage. They really didn't run the football, so nothing really to talk about there. But Trey Shackelford, 7 for 160, and then Landon Wright, 6 for 138, but 84 of those came on the opening play of the second half. Joshua Wood was not good, under 50% completion percentage yet again this season. That's been his biggest downfall, is the fact that he's not really an accurate passer. Johnny Santee goes for over 75 yards on only 12 attempts. So that is good momentum heading into next season. Shelton Sampson goes for over 100. I'm hoping he doesn't declare for the draft and we're able to keep him going into year 3. When you look at the defense here, we had a couple TFLs, a couple of sacks. I don't know if it was the pass rush that wasn't doing its job, but we weren't getting off the field on third downs. That was a big deal. You got to be able to get off the field on third downs. And here's a look at our stats on the season. Wood and Barnes were pretty much even in yardage. Wood actually had more yards on less attempts. 50% completion percentage, though. That needs to go up. Robert Briggs was nowhere close to that 1,000-yard milestone. He had 894 yards on the season. Johnny Santee finishes with 333 yards and 4 touchdowns. Shelton Sampson was a little bit shy of 1,000 on the season. You know, he was a deep ball guy the entire season. Jack Hystera, when we utilized Hystera correctly, we won games. When he didn't really touch the football all that much, we struggled to win games. When you look at our receiver production, Tua Tagovailoa was out there, Otto Tia, but it was pretty much Hystera and Shelton Sampson the entire season. When you look at the TFLs, 18 of them free. Noka Migao, definitely going to miss him and miss what he's able to do for our team. Be able to be that defensive end in a 4-3, but then can move inside in the nickel. Carl Nesmith will be coming back, hopefully, with his 10.5 sacks. Marlon Dean had 3.5 on the season. Simeon Harris and J.D. Drew finished with a combined 6 interceptions. We had 9 as a team. And then forced fumbles. We really weren't forcing many fumbles on the season, but Devon Graham was able to force 2 of them. One of them wasn't actually him. It was definitely Dominique Ratcliffe, who should have got the credit. But it is what it is. We also need to find a kick returner going in the next season. We need to desperately, because we didn't have anybody that was dynamic enough to be a threat on special teams. As Robert Briggs finishes with a little over 1,500 rushing yards in his career. Jack Castera, 950 receiving yards in his career. And looking at our offensive line, we're going to be missing out on Aloali Maui going into next season. But other than that, the rest of this offensive line should be coming back. And then looking at the defense here, 195 career tackles for Bronson Alevao. He should be coming back. 176 tackles for Ike Larson on his career. So we're definitely going to miss Ike Larson. He's definitely somebody who we probably should value a lot more than we probably did, because now you have to replace your best defensive player. I don't think it's going to be a huge downfall, but we'll have to see, as the next episode will be the off season. We're 7-6. That was our finishing record. In year 1, we were 6-7. In year 2, we were 7-6. That does not mean in year 3 that I want to be 8-5 or whatever. I want to win 10 plus games and compete for a college football playoff. But that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.